So yeah, about 10 minutes away, you see the path sort of just break down into like the trail. There's like clearly like kind of like wagon marks and stuff like that.
Okay.
And you can see it kind of dips down into this sort of dug out quarry. And above that, about 15 minutes up a hill on an incline. I don't know, I can't think of how many feet, but it's up there quite a bit. Is this old ruined looking tower. And actually you can kind of see, at least I have a picture of the silhouette here. Yes. I see there's probably about 2 or 3 stories, like way up there. Cool. So, 10 minutes out, what are you doing?
So we have to go down into this thing to go up to the tower?
No, I mean not necessarily. You know, like this looks like more like some kind of like cave or mine entrance.
Alright. I'm gonna flip on pass without trace. Quite stealth.
Okay.
Just some odors or craziness.
Does it look like that little cave entrance goes into the tower or
Where's
goes
this
into a
dog going?
separate area?
It's hard to tell. I mean, you know, theoretically, it could maybe have some sort of basement entrance that was connected to it. It could just be a mine, and maybe this tower is somehow connected to that. You know, you don't know. A lot of thoughts run through your head.
Interesting. Should we go from there? What are the tracks? Tracks go up for the tower?
Ask your ranger.
Ranger. Sita. Ranger. Where do the tracks go?
Up to the tower?
They do?
I don't know. Make a more current survival check.
Okay. Let me check.
What do your alpha see?
Not bad. Oh, it's not very good. I only got a 7. Oh, plus 6. So 13.
Okay. There is one obvious set of tracks
I got a little tired.
that feels more on the giant side.
Alright, so
That sort of, you can see
giant
just large
actions.
footprints that go up and around this ravine, this quarry.
Giants might be above the quarry.
There are some large, possibly ogre-sized footprints, along with some more medium-sized humanoids that head
There's a
down
hint of ogre humanoid.
into the quarry.
So it seems like giants in the tower, our sized people in the hole.
Yes, yes, yes.
And we just want to get info?
Well, there's also all the monks that got abducted, and I want to try and find that.
Yeah. Maybe the
Artie,
humanoid.
that's kind of why Artie's here.
Oh yeah. It's
Huh.
one of the focus.
And you know, maybe just be nice to save a bunch of people from being eaten by giants.
I'm kind of leaning
Always
towards the
feels good.
cave, just because it seems more sneaky than walking right up to the big tower base.
Do I need to roll for
That
pass
were a
without
good
trace?
idea.
Yeah?
Um,
I'm gonna just, what do you guys think? I'm gonna have to hide my ponies like this. What do you think, Frank?
You might need to
Tower or cave?
tie up the ponies and
Out of here.
hopefully the griffins will stay put. Maybe put them up in a tree or something.
Says up to 1 hour.
Are the griffins old
30
enough to understand
feet
common
plus
yet?
10. I wrote check page 278.
I don't know if they'll obey what we say, but I can always talk to them.
no, I don't know that any griffin ever learned to comment.
Adult griffins understand. But they speak.
Interesting. No, I don't think so.
No?
I'm looking at adult griffins, hippogriffs, griffin mounts. Every entry in there, none of them have any languages.
Let's see.
Well, maybe it's under the description.
Not
Here, after that baby. Languages cannot speak, understands common.
Oh.
Oh, well, it might understand like basic commands.
That's all I was going.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
I wasn't
I thought you were
chatting
thinking more like on the familiar level.
No.
So it
More
says
like we're gonna go here, stay here in this tree, and keep out of sight.
Like many young animals, they definitely seem to understand basic commands, and they seem to obey them most of the time.
So I have to do a stealth check, and this is concentration spell. And if anyone's near me, this will work for them.
Gives
Stay
us a
close.
plus 10 to stealth, right?
So
Within
it
30
says
feet of me.
it says the part of the components to cast this spell is some sort of vocal and some sort of physical gesture, along with you creating ashes from a burned leaf of mistletoe and a sprig of spruce.
I'm sure I carried some with me.
Oh yeah, I know. I just wanted you to put some
Just
pizzazz
throw it
on
out
it.
there and just
Alright,
go.
so
She flips the bird
okay,
and lights
so we have all these possible giants and ogres and etc. up ahead, so let's try to be a little stealth about it. It's kind of yelling things and trying to echo our voice in the quarry or anything like that, right? So I'm gonna burn a little leaf of mistletoe and a sprig of spruce and we're going do I have to say something?
I mean, if you want, I don't know. Whoosh.
We're gonna be
Yeah, it's some sort of.
We're gonna be so stealthy.
Africa,
You,
shut the
and
fuck
you,
up!
And you, and you, and Onyx.
It's anyone that's within
Growling.
30 feet of her, right?
Yep. And we're gonna add a little fire to this.
Well, we have someone
And we
with
get
us
a
who's
plus
a walking
10
gong, so we
dexterity
need this.
bonus. And only magic
No,
can
actually,
mess
he
with
doesn't.
that.
He's not anymore.
What?
Okay.
Because the breastplate does not impose disadvantage on stealth.
So,
Right.
whoosh.
That's
We
true.
forgot about that when we hopped you on the broom and you fell off. We actually didn't need to do that. You didn't have disadvantage on stealth.
So, do I need to roll anything for that?
No, it just happened. So
Alright, sweet.
immediately, Seaflo once more uses some of her more mystical nature skills to create this aura of non-detection, basically.
Oh,
You even noticed that, like, where your horses were stepping, they're
Yeah.
no longer appearing, like,
no clops.
no tracks are being left.
Nope. No
The ground
sound, no
almost
tracks.
reshapes itself back to the way it was as soon as the foot peels off from the ground.
We'll find a little secluded area in the forest and tie off
We
the horses and
convince
griffins.
Sipa to lead us into the forest to hide the.
Okay.
Horses
Yeah,
and
alright,
griffins.
let's
Alright.
find a little good spot for
Okay.
that.
So yeah, you kind of go off towards the line of trees, which kind of looks down from this direction, up the hill here. And so you tie them off about a 10-minute walk from where
Yeah.
this is, and there you have a decent
You guys
amount
will
of
be
cover.
okay.
up there.
Just to be very
You stay out of
quiet.
sight, okay? If any goblins
Here's
try and
some
take you,
snacks.
claw his eyes out.
Who's a good pony?
Here's some naps.
Okay.
You are.
Right, so you can't use any other concentration spells if you
No.
want to maintain that.
No, this is it.
Yeah, alright. So.
Who's a pretty pony?
And I'll leave a little bit of my meat for all the griffins.
Okay. Yeah, they get some snacks.
Smart.
You have to come with us. There's some nice armor.
Eat it all up. It's probably going to go bad pretty soon, so we're going to go in here and get you some more.
Some battles? Yeah.
We're going to have to make sure we keep a steady flow of dead orcs
Yeah.
to keep our goblins fed, or griffins
Griffins.
fed.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've been
Like, this
traveling.
guy is
You've been
dwarven jerky.
You've been traveling since morning. It's probably right around like 4 p.m. right now. There's still a decent amount of natural light, and you're all just heading towards the path down here, or
Yeah.
towards the mountain, or towards the
Yeah.
tower.
I think that was the
Check in the
consensus.
basement.
Okay.
The basement?
We want to go there first?
Let's see if we can save anybody.
It almost looks like someone's face. Like that one part's the nose and
Oh, yeah.
the light at the
It's got like
eye.
a really crazy crossed eye that's up here under the brow.
Weird.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you're very, very quietly approaching. Just for the sake of it, everyone roll a stealth check. You get a huge bonus. Just don't roll a 1.
Which one to use? Use my new big cleric.
What's our bonus?
10 on top of your normal stealth.
So 31.
16?
That's my normal.
31.
total.
So,
Would you roll?
4.
so 17 plus 8, 25.
I have 27.
All right.
Only one under 20.
And Artie's gonna roll.
Oh,
Uh,
he's
Also
Wow.
quiet.
he's stealthy as fuck.
Okay. So you very quietly approach.
He sneezed very quietly.
I'm just gonna use Cephas since she's your guide.
Yep.
And you kind of you creep in, you're walking along, and you see 2 groups of gnoll creatures. Kind of like they're just hanging out on guard duty. They seem fairly relaxed. And you kind of crawl along this little ridge here, and you're above 2 of them. And you see 2 others kind of strolling about on this walk that sort of goes above this cave
They're
entrance,
goblins.
where it's sort of there's just enough darkness down like in the shadows of the wall of this thing that you can kind of see there's like torchlight sort of billowing out from within this entrance.
These are goblins.
These are gnolls.
Gnolls. Oh, just like my dream.
Can we hear? Are they talking or anything amongst themselves?
I don't speak.
Any intel we can gather?
They are speaking gnoll.
I don't know. No. Anyone know?
Anyone speak
And
Gnoll?
they are sort of casually having conversation.
Grassy, grassy,
So
grassy.
we need to take a quick,
We don't have any.
quick restroom
I know
break.
abyssal.
Yeah,
if they
it's
speak
good.
abyssal, but
Okay.
apparently these aren't fiend.
Oh, Bissell.
Yeah.
Alright, we have to take a break.
How far down are they from the thing that we're on?
Are you all moving like maybe like 5 feet behind Cephla, 10 feet back?
Well, we gotta stay within 30 feet of it.
Yeah.
Probably about 12 feet down.
Can we like try
The
sliding
path,
down
the
and
path like ramps and slopes down.
surprising them?
We can't get any information out of them. They're useless.
Push them over the side. How far would they fall?
You're pondering all this, and you notice that this one right here has this like really just dim-witted kind of like chuckle. And he's got this noxious breath that just comes wafting up the 12 feet over the ridgeline where you're
Wow, that's
I look at Titus and I'm like, I'm killing that one.
Maybe we don't have to kill any of them.
His favorite enemy is
Past.
halitosis.
These are
He's,
these are evil beings, Titus.
He's kind of like laughing and just poking his very large gutted friend who's standing there with like this foul smelling ale, you presume. And clearly his other friend, he's kind of like poking fun at his large size and the fact that his armor is just like ill fitting and
Yeah.
just really goofy looking.
Have we ever fought these before? They super tough.
Only when they were Caden, and not really.
No. Like we could take 4.
He got his ass
Oh,
handed
that
to
was
him
like
pretty well when he was
5v1.
How
That was fair.
4 of them. I'm just wondering what's the best way. We want to get inside and see if they have any.
Yeah, let's get the drop on these
Captives.
guys.
I mean, I can
Kill them quickly.
get a pretty good blast to get at least 2 of them, but it's gonna be loud.
Of what? Yeah, that's the thing. If we start a fight, it's loud.
We could split up. Right, the turtle and Sifa can take 2, and then Titus and I can take the other 2.
Insane.
Well, no, Stan's kind of not quiet enough to really kill stuff.
I can do some quiet stuff.
You're in your room. You're very quiet.
She likes to
Well,
do
it's
that.
not not so much me. It's the stuff I tend to attack kind of gets
Fireball,
goes boom.
shatter.
Fireball, shatter.
Not very quiet.
Magic missile is probably a little bit less bad, but it still does kind of crack a little bit.
Lightning.
I got the witch bolt, which is
Which bolt?
yeah,
What?
yeah, not that bolt, it's the witch bolt.
The which bolt?
Which is witch bolt? Which is
See, it's
one's not as loud, but it's
the nose.
I'm not seeing this. Where is this nose?
Sifa's standing on the nose right now.
This is a nose.
Yeah.
And then
oh, I was seeing a different face.
So you got the nose right here, right?
Yeah.
There's the eye. Right? So it's only like
oh, you're talking
Like
about
half.
a giant
Yeah.
head.
a giant head and an eye.
Yeah.
It was more pronounced when you only seen like, you know.
I think look almost like a guy like wearing a helmet. You can see like his
I can see
face.
that too.
Like an octopus face.
So talking about the matte face.
And that face.
Matte face.
Well, if we do all want to get the jump on him at once,
Yeah.
I also have another spell that can give us all a little bit of a boost.
What is this? What is this madness you
It
speak
can
of?
give us all a blessing of more.
Oh, more cleric stuff. Awesome.
Yeah.
Basically like bardic inspiration on crack.
Oh, I like it. Maybe we don't
You
need
might
it. How long
even
does that
know.
last?
Do you not have bless?
Probably does. He's never gonna use it though.
He only uses smites.
That's true.
Yeah.
What are you?
It
I
basically
just-
gives everyone a smite.
I tried to convince him to like take some healing spells, and he's like, "Nope."
Well, I gotta do the hitting.
It helps you hit. It helps everyone hit. Let's see.
These cookies are very good.
Man, if I multi-class,
Yeah, it's the very first one on your list.
First level enchantment. Never used it.
nope.
You bless up to 3 creatures of your choice within range.
Classic computer RPG formation.
Whenever a target makes an attack roll
Or a saving throw.
or a saving throw before spell, the target can roll d4. Oh my. I have the number.
Yeah, so basically you guys get bardic inspiration on everything.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Why have I never used those?
The blessing of your god.
He never wants to share
Be
that.
gifted to your friends.
It's so wonderful.
He wants to keep all the blessings just for himself.
San, being the book nerd that she is going on and on about all of her new studies of the clerical ways and asking you why you didn't know this or that and all these nooks and crannies of things you never paid much
Finding
attention
out
to.
You got all these great god spells. Why didn't you ever use them?
I was always bad at those in school. All I wanted to do was break things.
I was too.
Checks
but
out.
I've been
Who are you getting, Titus? You never went to school.
considering the way things have gone. I've been recently motivated to get a little bit more in touch with the gods, considering they're getting quite in touch with us. Figured I should
Reach out and touch me.
my own personal warden.
Wow, yeah.
Actually, yeah, we've been almost the same first level spells.
Well, now you're here, so
You got more smites.
See, you
More
shouldn't
smites from me.
have told him this because now he's never gonna get like use any curing
what's
magic.
the point? in-
maybe
what's
now
the
he's
gonna
point
be
of
like,
this
"Why
bullshit
should
I've
I?"
made?
Now,
Sen
maybe
has
Lay on
curing
hands and that's it.
maybe if I do it, I can lead by example. Like, oh, this is actually
No.
really helpful.
That's not how it works with them.
I mean, Caden had a lot of the same shit too.
Yeah, but the smites.
It actually worked out. Like I was not planning on Caden leaving, so we actually have a net gain of exactly the same
You
healing.
read about
abilities.
all these smites stuff?
Do monks have any healing powers? No, they can only heal themselves.
Did you get a? Was there any new ones from Xanathar?
Yeah.
With the Wrathful Smite?
Well, I
There's
can
more
tell you-
smites?
I can tell you right now, so
Oh, I want them.
why don't I do this?
No, that's another one.
You have to
Thunderous
sacrifice one of your current spells. Oh, get rid of Cure Wounds. I don't need that.
I have lay on hands. I don't need them.
So you want to see paladin or cleric?
Paladin, I got all the spells. I was curious if you had a new. No, they're all the same smites.
Aura of life. That looks new.
Paladin, you've got ceremony,
Yeah.
level 1 ritual. It's a new spell you have access to.
What does this do?
Whoa.
Special.
In
What the
depth
hell?
ritual.
Look at that. You can bless water.
Special religious ceremonies infused with magic. When you cast a spell, choose one of the following rites to perform. The target, which must be within 10
Oh, we can
feet of
do
that.
weddings.
You can bless water. You can make holy water.
Oh.
We could already do that.
Yeah, but not you just straight up.
Oh shit, you can
magic,
just
know,
burn a spell
component.
slot into it. We don't have to worry about the silver.
Look at that though. You touch adult humanoids willing to be. Oh, they have to be willing to be bonded.
Oh, you can keep a creature from turning.
If they get married, they get a +2 bonus to AC. Were they planning on honeymooning?
Ooh, level 5, you get to make
Oh, that one's-
holy weapon.
Yeah. That
Say what?
Oh man, I need to get married.
So you
Plus
basically
2 bonus
just
to
summon
AC?
and
For
conjure a
7 days.
magical weapon out of
Oh,
nothing,
only for 7 days.
out of your devotion.
Extra- get a divorce at the 7 day.
damage. Holy moly.
holy weapon.
And find Crater Steed?
Find greater
yeah.
speed. Ooh, yeah.
You have to get to like level 17 to get this though.
Is it that much better? What? A wolf? Dire wolf? Griffin, a Pegasus, a Periton?
Pegasus.
You're gonna have
A
a griffin.
dire wolf, a rhinoceros, saber-toothed tiger. Wow. Celestial.
Yeah, Soprano was the same in terms of you can summon it or dismiss it, or it can just die and return to the celestial plane.
Summon a legendary Pokemon.
There you go.
essentially. That's crazy. I like my Horsea.
I don't like the stuff that the fighters got. They're not as cool.
Now you can make a new character if you want.
I like my angry pirate dwarf.
So what, we all go just attack one, we just jump down and go.
Essentially.
Alright, I like it. Smiting.
Wait, all one? You could all each take. You mean each of you takes one?
Yeah, all of us just gonna stop it.
Yeah.
And then we have
I
backup.
don't know. Does
of
Artie
two.
seem like he's actually gonna, pull his weight in this endeavor?
That's tough. He does weigh a lot.
Like, you just fall on the guy, yeah.
You can just
I
yeah, you can just
kind of
tor-
feel like Artie was really scared and wanted to watch the horses.
He could totally
Okay,
bomb.
let's send Artie back to watch the horses then.
You know
'Cause
what,
I
that's
feel-
fine.
I feel better with him watching my pony. There you
I
go.
do too. Although mine's magical, so it doesn't need looking at.
He seemed panicky.
Alright, that leaves.
Oh,
that means.
I mean, the horses might get scared, guys.
That means, John, it's up to you to take care of one of these guys.
That's right, Artie. You should probably go look after them.
Alright,
If you have something. Some
Just
sort of
shout
spell.
if you really need me.
I mean, Seathel's probably gonna take two of them out with one with each arrow anyway.
Fair enough. I have 2 attacks as well. But maybe you can just back
Oh
me
yeah,
up.
all of you got 2 attacks.
Oh, Jesus. I can
Well,
throw
I'm-
one of them.
Yeah, what's
It
your
turns
AC?
out
What's your
there's
AC
12
again?
more nulls.
So there's only gonna be 4 of us.
19.
Actually, saves
yeah.
me a spell
You have
slot,
one armor?
so I can
How
count
is that
for less
possible?
level 2.
I've got mithril armor.
How does Flint? Oh.
Hmm?
How does he have a
That
more
was
armor
his-
than me?
That-
Because we all
Titus
got
is jealous
fancy
about
magical
mine.
stuff, and he didn't find
Yeah.
anything fancy magical fighter stuff for him. So
You just got badass armor.
He just got insane armor.
And you have a shield now, too.
Yeah.
And then now he's got a shield, which is +2 on top of all that.
So you could just stab him with your sword and then shield his ass over the edge and finish him off.
We want to be
Pong.
quiet. That's possible.
Yeah.
That's
Is it a wood shield or a metal shield?
That wouldn't be a wood shield.
Have I gotten a better bond with my
That just might be
trident
too
to
bad
form?
because, someone
this
might
point?
mistake it for a door and then it just...
Ooh.
We've used it a lot and we leveled up. So I got the 2 abilities
Hey,
where I can
yeah,
throw
so-
it and pull it back.
Has posted that tweet how, everyone was supposed to get that extra...
Yeah.
Try me, motherfucker.
I mean, it's worth a shot. He's one of the guys who wrote the game. Technically, it's canon. Not really. I just thought it was funny.
What would I get at 7th level? The problem with multi-classing is that we're taking forever to get to the next level.
Yeah.
You do feel more strongly connected to the Trident. If this thing had an experience bar on it, it'd probably be like half full.
Okay, so it's almost there.
Yeah.
Almost there. Yeah. Okay,
Level 7.
because then the last one, then I can throw it and then go to whatever I throw
yeah,
it.
there. When you were looking it over and sort of bonding with the thing, there were 2 additional powers that could be gifted upon you from Torm himself. Should you prove to be a continual loyal servant, and yeah, basically, add it in your character.
Yeah, what was the second
You
one?
can pick one of the 2 next ones to unlock.
Oh,
One of them was Flight of the Faithful. Bindings of Faith form a pathway of light between the gauntlet that you wear and the trident itself. And as a move action, you can basically travel to that location along
that's pretty
that
cool.
pathway of light. The other one was Prisoner of Torm. And any target that's been successfully pierced or penetrated by the trident can now potentially be pulled towards the wielder. Using a full action, you can attempt to overpower the target and pull them directly towards you. Basically, it would be an imposed strength check to, do it against
That's
it.
pretty great. Yeah.
Get over here!
But I can only get one.
The next time it levels up. Basically.
Oh, okay. So eventually I can get both.
Yeah. mean, a lot of you've heard talks like through the one thing you do recall from your acolyte trainings were that like there were always whispers of like these holy weapons and how a lot of them were rumored to have these really hidden powers buried deep within them that only a true hero could unlock something of that sort. Real comic book fanboy type shit, when you were coming up in the acolyte ranks there.
So cool.
Like my holy symbol of Moradin.
That's actual?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's not what the actual. It's close to what the actual holy symbol
okay.
is. It's just a hammer and anvil.
Nice.
I think that's actually what it was in earlier editions.
Probably.
But currently, it's like actually a hammer with a flame on it.
Morden?
Moradin,
Who is that?
greater of the dwarves, the dwarf father, the soul forger.
Like god of dwarves.
By Morden's beard.
And he's a cleric?
The leader of the Morgans.
I don't think he's a
No,
cleric.
he's basically, he is the dwarves what Torm is to be.
So many gods.
There are. Yeah.
The dwarf ones are the best ones.
This is a time and age where there are as many gods as there are constellations in the sky.
It's a lot.
One day.
Actually, in my
Actually, I don't think I want to become a god. That'd be too much work.
You could be the god of
You could be the
laziness.
first. Yeah, be the lazy god.
The god of chariots.
It's a god. It's solely dedicated to laziness, and its worshippers on their holy days pay to be pulled around in fancy chariots while they sleep and rest in the back the whole time.
Yeah. Sounds right.
With lots of blessed drink and
Yeah. And
Bountiful scenery.
bountiful.
So yeah, technically, if you actually drank the liquor that I killed, not only is it holy, it's dwarven holy, and I did it at a 3rd level spell slot, so it's probably super good.
So it's probably highly alcoholic.
Yeah. Yeah. I found one of the other dwarf gods that Flint might like.
I think I remember reading this. Yes. Wait, but the worshipper. Well, it's only neutrals.
No, it's neutral.
God?
Vergadane. See, he's a little cross.
Yeah. Doesn't fall with my alignment.
Primarily chaotics.
No, it's only neutrals.
No.
Oh, so it doesn't. Okay. So it's either lawful or chaotic.
Yeah, you're chaotic neutral, right?
No, I'm or
Or chaotic.
chaotic good, but
Chaotic good. Oh, you're good. You're stealing from.
yeah.
Members? What the hell is wrong with you? I thought you were chaotic neutral. For pulling that kind of stuff. I mean, that level
Eventually.
of greed is practically chaotic evil.
No, I'm not evil. If I was, you'd all be dead.
I mean, selfishness is an evil trait.
I'm not
It could
completely
just- it
selfish.
could be a fault,
I just
you
like
know,
it.
Plus you keep-
I have demonstrated charitable acts and so far.
Occasionally, but you also keep punching a holy man.
Ah, he deserves it. Sucker punch.
Yeah, this is the line that made me think of Flynn. As such, Vergadane also watches over those dwarves who use less than legal means to gain wealth. Regardless of how he is viewed, Vergadane delights in the art of the deal, no matter what it is, so long as it turns a profit.
Yeah, that's roughly me.
Portfolio, non-evil thieves.
There you go.
Yeah.
Chance, luck, negotiation, non-evil thieves, sly cleverness, suspicion, and truth.
I am lucky sometimes.
Yeah. And his holy symbol is a gold coin with a dwarf on it.
I
Sounds
mean,
like your
wow.
kind of god.
That is my
If you were ever to take up religion,
Yeah.
But you're atheist.
I'm not atheist. I'm a
Agnostic?
dwarfiest.
Sam having holy talk with
Yeah.
I believe in the dwarven
Well,
pantheon.
Seethla is waiting with Onyx on the room of truth and say, "Hold on, my stealth check bonus. You're gonna have to wait on that while Onyx relieves himself."
Have you heard the good word about the Mordenson?
Have you heard the good news?
And we put on white shirts and black pants and
We're
we walk up
Mormons.
to them.
The Book of Dwarven.
Hello,
The Book of Morden.
They seem pleasant.
my
enough.
name is Brother Flint.
I still have not seen that yet. They gotta make like a movie or something, because I'm never gonna go to them yet.
Book of Mormon. Oh, it's great.
Never heard
Yeah,
of
that's
those.
good.
What is that about?
Founding of
Mormon.
Mormonism.
This- yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's actually about Mormons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
It's kind of the thing with them. Like they've done multiple South Park things, and like one of their first movies, Orgasmo, the main hero was a Mormon.
Maybe they like Mormons.
Well, they're from Colorado, so they're like all over the place. It's kind of
Yeah.
chirp, chirp, chirp. Like from happy chirpy birds to
Hello.
smelly belching wolves.
So you're in charge of the academy now, Jason? You take over for Sang?
Yeah.
So you have to run all the dailies and everything? And
Yeah, I mean, it's probably just gonna be once a day though. Like, much more of a buddy system. Which is good, then you get used to it anyway.
Right. I'm marking off the level 2 spell slot, casting less on everyone.
Okay.
oh, what?
If I cast it at level 2, I can add another person, so I can get all 4 of us.
Like you said, you can already do for.
No, it does 3 at level 1,
Okay, 3 at level 1.
but if you cast it at a higher level, you can add.
But you're burning the level 2 slot then.
Yeah, to cast it on 4.
Bless. Oh, you're doing it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Which is kind of why I was a little bit happy that Artie left, because if I wanted to get 5 people, I'd have to burn level 3 slot.
Oh my god.
Wow, yeah, so for everything you do, basically.
For the next minute.
Not damage rolls, just attack rolls.
Yeah.
This is like blessing your
Everything.
chance to hit.
Yeah.
Holy mackerel.
Basically, unless you need to do like
So
an
get,
ability check.
have a d4 ready.
Yeah. Everyone get a cal drop. Santa's giving you all. While I'm doing this time-wise right before we attack.
Okay.
Because it'll basically be my turn, or whatever, my first surprise round turn or whatever.
This pyramid, that's a D4?
Yeah.
Yeah. The triangle.
The caltrop. Never let those ones fall on the ground. They will hurt. If this falls on the ground and you step on it, yeah.
And I'm back.
Seethla and Onyx return from defecating in the woods.
Four?
Yeah, there you go. I didn't even have enough bags. I need to get stuff off the
Wow.
other bags.
Oh,
Four
man.
separate hoops.
Yeah.
Why not all at once?
Oh,
Why
it's
not
full
all
of
at
shit.
once?
The heart at once.
It's all those carrots and bananas and.
All that fiber.
There's no way she digested all of them.
Hooray!
She's digesting it in
Yeah,
dog
she
time.
Can, she can travel a lot faster now.
Alright.
That's lots of dog logs.
And so where are the griffins right now?
With
They're with the horses.
With the horses.
And Artie.
Okay, there you go. Artie's the animal babysitter.
Yeah, we decided to. Artie seemed a little too panicky, so.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, guys.
That's all he says. Oh,
Right.
jeez.
Seethla returns. So are you bringing Onyx with you, or?
Yeah, Onyx has,
Oh, perfect.
has armor.
I'm not blessing the cat. I already gave him armor. He's fine.
Onyx is
So,
in it, and it's a
what was the prime material component in that armor?
Whatever.
Whatever would give the highest
Whatever I got,
benefit.
because I got the chain shirt off a hobgoblin. I assumed it was iron.
Oh, okay, alright.
Iron.
In iron.
And the little gold flourish I put on it. And I guess it'd be like a denim or something like that, or some kind of thick fabric underlining, so his fur doesn't get caught in the
I
chain.
didn't realize they had that.
Leather.
Yeah, denim isn't really.
Definitely
useful.
probably like leather and cloth.
I was thinking
A little
cloth.
more flexible for
I don't know if leather would fur.
leather feel down for.
underfur.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to think whatever would be comfortable for the cat.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what I want the AC
You-
bonus to
Are
be
you
for
com-
it.
It said they're 15 on
make
my
it-
card.
Well, if it's
That was your old armor
if you
class.
do it the same
Oh,
as a chain shirt, it'd be 18.
Yeah.
Make it higher than
Which I
Wow.
think is too high.
make it higher than the paladins.
Yeah.
Because
Which
chain,
makes
well,
shield.
chain shirt is what is it? 13 plus Dex, and then he gets plus 3 from Seathla.
Yeah.
Or we just change it to be like a flat plus 2 or something. I don't know. As long as it goes up, I put all this effort into it.
Yeah. I mean, my gut was telling me plus 2,
It goes down.
17?
so it would go from 15 to 17, which would still scale with your proficiency bonus, which is because by the time she gets high level, it's going to be ridiculous.
We just need to make sure the cat lives to high level. And
Well, yeah. All right, I'm gonna go with my gun. I'm gonna go with the plus 2 bonus from the armor.
All right.
Still a nice jump. Yeah, that's right.
You're acting.
Is my armor still then just only 19?
Old
Yeah,
man
which
went,
is really high.
It is?
Wah.
So high.
Wah. You know how much I had to do to get mine up to 16?
Okay. All right, we sorted that out.
You got like a magic trident and magic armor and magic sword
Well,
and
now the cat is almost as strong as
Hey.
me.
Not nearly.
It's a team play.
Rising tide lifts all ships.
The god of jealousy is
Yeah.
down upon you.
Uh-oh.
That's actually what Torb is.
All right. God of jealousy.
Yeah.
The god of hoarding.
The god of jealousy indoors.
Murdering.
Nice. All right.
Usually being jealous of other party members is his domain.
You've successfully snuck up on these 2 small groups of what appear to be Knoll patrols and Knoll patrols. I didn't even mean for that to happen. As described while you were running off to the forest, this guy's kind of got a smelly, dim-witted chuckle that's wafting up to up on the ledge here. This guy's slightly plumper. The other guy's been like laughing and poking at him a little bit. He's got this ill-fitting armor, and you haven't really made out too much from the other ones. They're kind of they're both actually walking quite oddly, like there's something wrong with them. But they're just kind of patrolling back and forth.
All right. Let's get the drop on these
So
two.
we're all gonna grab one, jump on them, and maybe kill them in one go.
Hopefully,
Alright.
hopefully try and kill
All right,
them.
everyone needs to roll initiative, but you basically have a free surprise round.
Well, my free round is casting bless.
Okay,
on
so
We can't just get past him.
Can't you? Why would you suggest that? Why would you take the free round after you've catch?
Well, because
I
I,
rolled
cast
18.
it, I need to cast it right
I'll save
before
that
we.
for-
All right.
I rolled a 1.
you roll a natural 1.
Yeah.
I rolled a 2.
What?
20 on natural.
I've heard that can be called a dirty 20.
What is
Dirty
Titus, what's your
20.
I
total?
like that.
8, 19.
19 total.
Yes.
Oh,
You got a 1, a 2, a 19, and a 20.
Well,
There we go.
and sorry, Sam, what was yours?
4 total.
6
Well, then-
total.
No, you don't. No.
We get nothing?
You got a 1.
I don't know that matters.
Your bonus means nothing.
Your bonus means nothing when you won.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm the leader, but I'm last.
All right, Flint. You've been successfully guided here behind the expert rangering abilities of Seathla. You can smell these knolls from down below as you sort of get an eye on the 2 groups. You've yet to be spotted.
Mm-hmm.
They don't seem to be the sharpest guards.
Right. Titus, which group should we take out?
I think you and me should take one group, and then Seathla and Onyx can take another, right?
Yeah, which group should we?
But you make all
which
this
one?
noise. I thought that's why you wanted to not do it.
I don't make
Are
noise.
you gonna
No,
pass without a
because
trace?
sand spells will make a lot of noise.
I
Yeah.
still got a crossbow. I might be able to hit something.
Yeah. You can help
All
them
right.
out.
Just stay up here.
I didn't mean it like that.
Okay, so you take the fat one. I'll take the smelly one.
Okay.
How are you doing this?
We are going to see. Well, you go first.
Death from above.
But I mean, like you're gonna be 12 feet up above them. How are you getting to them?
I'm
That's my
gonna
main question.
Just gonna jump on.
death from above.
Okay.
We're badass heroes. 12 feet is nothing.
And you're like athletic as.
I'm already 6 feet, so it's like only one of me, it's like two of me.
Okay.
Down.
Yeah.
I mean, technically it's only 6 feet until you hit Knoll.
Yeah, essentially.
Are we doing athletic checks?
But we're gonna jump and stab.
Yeah.
I'll jump and
We're going
stab
to
combo.
Now I'm just gonna rate it based on how well your attack roll is. So.
Oh,
All right.
So which one's taking the Chuckly one?
I'm taking the Chuckly one.
Okay.
I'm taking
you
the
got
fat one.
Chuckles. Okay, so you're going for the fat one.
one.
You creep up to the ledge and you kind of
They're blessed, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You kind of like lock eyes with like, let's do this, bro.
Let's go, team.
Yeah.
And
It's go time.
Take it away.
Where
What is this?
Attack, right? 25
At
and
4.
Where is Onyx?
plus
Oh, yeah,
3,
we did.
28.
That's what I was doing.
We're doing athletics?
No,
it's
attack.
Attack
Just
roll.
attack roll.
Oh. Well, so I got 14.
Add 4. Or add a d4.
How the hell does this work? What does this even...
The top one.
Well, whatever number is right side up.
The bottom one.
Oh,
So
the
that's a
bottom
3.
one?
Oh, 3.
Okay.
So,
So
14 plus 3 plus.
17.
What's your attack though? Your attack
for
bonus.
Plus that.
Nine.
We're using... Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa. She liked that
26.
one. Did you hear that? That was
26.
Did you hear that? Do it again.
So what are your attack rolls?
26.
And 28.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Onyx, cheers you on.
Off to a good start.
Did you hear that? What was that?
The two of you, in almost perfect unison, Flint couldn't help himself and jumped just a micro moment
Literally.
before you. And you both come crashing down, stabbing
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
into your targets. Roll damage.
Yay. Well, it's been so long since we got more damage.
Ouch.
Oh,
10.
10 to Dimwit Chuckly Knoll.
Yeah.
Alright. There's a loud kind of and like the other two are quickly alerted as these things scream out in pain. That was your first action.
Yeah, I'm gonna attack again.
Okay.
Let's see. 13, 21.
21 to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, your follow-up attack lands
11.
for 11 more points of damage. You take this thing into a quickly bloodied state. It's like these little fanged jaws are just sort of open. It's kind of got the crazy look of a hyena with that tongue wagging. Titus,
I did.
your first crash landing attack hits for how much?
14.
14 points of damage. You two have additional action.
Oh, natural 20.
Oh my god.
So you just crash down to this thing, almost stab and pin him against this this wooden railing, and it kind of cracks and moans as it takes the weight of the two of you crashing into it, but it holds. And
Then I take my shield and then BAM! In the face, in the back of the head, and then go over.
okay, so you're trying to just smash him over the edge. All right, so while sort of extracting your blade,
So
you
much
just
for trying to do
round
this
over
quietly.
with your shield and just smash and crush this thing's face. And the brute force of it all just sends this thing cracking through the wooden railing backwards, unconscious and presumably dead as it falls, slams, rolls, and just lays completely splayed out, face down, way below there.
So much violence.
Whisper,
Girl.
He's whispering his battle cries now. That's good.
we're being stealthy.
Is he dead?
As do.
He appears to be dead.
I would hope so.
Let me just make that a little. There you go. That gray means
Dead.
not among the conscious. this guy who's been sort of strolling awkwardly around this other fella has this longbow that he pulls off his shoulder and quickly takes one of these gnarly-looking arrows and nervously fires and looses the thing towards Flint.
Can I use a disadvantage with my shield? After even
No.
5 feet of him.
I feel like
I'm
with
not?
your critical, oops, I mean to move that guy too. I feel like with your amazing critical maneuver where you shoved and slammed this guy over the edge, you're not really adjacent to where Flint is anymore.
I'm
But
okay with that.
firing and hitting with this arrow,
Is that taking into account my 20 AC?
it's 20.
Yeah.
It still hits, but holy shit. It just barely hits.
Okay.
You're completely preoccupied with this glorious, just downward stab that you were doing. You completely catch this arrow while you're still in the middle of pulling your blade out. Let's see. Okay, sorry. Just reading what he's quickly kind of backing up a little bit, using his full move to kind of get behind this other fellow while he's pretty much knocking another arrow. Next is the guy he's trying to hide behind, who you kind of hear and then he is also reaching for a longbow, but realizes that he doesn't have his quiver attached. He's kind of reaching behind, and just throws his bow down, in kind of a bit of a panic, and switches places with this guy and tries to hide behind him. San, what are you doing?
I guess I'm going to move up to the edge and let me check the range on this. I'm going to try and Sacred Flame him.
Ooh.
Who?
I guess the guy in front.
What is
The one, that's the one that fired the arrow, right?
It is it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take a shot at him.
he's back to being in the front again.
It is a dex save.
Okay. So you're going up to the ledge, right there.
Yeah. This is
Right.
what you can see.
All right. Dex save.
DC 13.
Okay.
Because I'm a shitty cleric.
What happens if he fails?
If he fails, he takes 2d8 damage. Radiant damage.
Whoa.
All right, roll damage.
4 plus 3, 7 points of damage.
7.
7.
There's a yapping sound, as if a greasy-haired dog just got set on fire momentarily.
Well, it's radiant, not fire.
Radiant. Well, as if the fire was internal and blasting through all of the darkness in his veins.
Power
So
of Warren compels you.
he says 7 damage.
Yep.
Okay.
And then I'll just kind of duck back out of.
Question: how much damage did they take from that arrow?
That's a great question. I never rolled the damage.
-1. I've been healed. It's a healing arrow.
You took 8 points of damage.
That's a lot of damage. Holy crap.
I'm at 50 now.
You might
What
pull
will
through.
we do?
Okay, so Sam, you're ducking back, like 10 feet?
Well, I only got 30 total. I'm not on the broom, so.
Okay. I mean, you can duck back, enough to just get
Yeah.
right from the edge.
Just gonna, yeah.
Alright.
Just so I'm not a clear shot.
Alright, alright.
That's a cantrip. I
That
can fire
guy
those
is
like
face
crazy.
down in the pit. This guy, who your blade has now just been pulled from, sees you get shot with the arrow, tries to bite you. And there's a clanking sound
Nice.
as it just gets metal. And then with one hand, it pulls this spear forward and tries to stab you in the ribs with it. Again, just metal on metal.
Alright, I'm gonna repulse that last one.
Aha!
Nice.
Okay. Alright.
He's had enough.
Oh, geez, I should really check how this works again.
So you get 1d8 bonus damage on a return attack, right?
Damage?
When a creature misses you with a melee attack, you can use your reaction slot to spend one of your superiority die, so you now have 1 out of 4 spent.
Yeah.
And you can make a melee attack reflecting the attack back on him. If you hit, you get 1d8 bonus damage.
Okay,
On top of the
so
wall.
21 to hit.
Okay, that definitely hits.
Yeah. And 1d8 bonus damage, right?
Yep, so your normal damage roll plus another d8.
12, 19.
Wow.
Okay, 19.
Powerful.
So watching this thing try to bite and stab you with a spear, you almost just laugh at him as you completely reflect his attack back from the spear and just gut the fucking thing. And it falls down dead, laughing all the way with his dim-witted, smelly.
I turn to the one who shot me and I point to him and I'm like,
We should try and keep one alive.
All right, Sifla.
can't
After sort of fumbling
We
and
might
losing
keep
your
coming.
concentration while sort of
Mhm.
sensing
We
that
might keep
aura
coming.
from your
Just talking
primeval
over each
awareness
other.
before, you kind of just completely got zonked out for a moment. But you've come to. Everyone's clearly been taking plenty of actions in your momentary lapse of consciousness. You and Onyx can now do something if you wish.
Maybe we should keep one alive?
"Uh,
What? We can't talk to him.
they might, but we should probably just kill these guys now.
Alright, I'm just gonna shoot an arrow.
I mean, I don't feel that strong right now.
If I could speak to them,
These
maybe.
two are both either dead
Yeah,
or
not,
dying.
not them.
Okay.
The closer one that's up there.
So you're gonna take a shot at this guy?
Yeah, how far is that?
It's about 40 feet.
Alright, let's.
You never have to worry about distance.
No, I
pretty
know.
much.
I just have to decide.
You
which
have to
one.
decide if you're shooting sharp or not.
Well, you get a +4, plus D4 to it.
Oh, yes, you
It says plus 5 attack, plus 10 damage.
Yeah.
So be up. To,
Yeah. So if
Yeah.
you use that, you get. It's harder to hit, but you do a hell of a lot more damage. But you also presently are blessed by the god of Moradin,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
thanks to the dwarf here.
Yeah.
And so you roll a d20 plus a d4 for your actual total.
Alright, I'll do that.
Alright. So you put in the sharpshooter.
Yeah.
Okay, alright.
List.
17.
Doesn't need it.
Yeah.
Plus
Good.
2.
Plus 5.
Yeah, plus 5. Yeah, no, you definitely fire and hit.
Take this, motherfucker!
Roll damage. 1d8 plus 5.
Plus 10.
Oh, plus 10, so 11.
Oh,
it's a
right.
Oh, no,
Sharpshooter.
plus
damage.
15. So you
Plus
get
15.
Okay, 16 damage.
16!
Wow. Bam!
That's it, only 16 damage?
That's 15.
Your arrow strikes and hits this thing.
Arrow! Onyx is
Almost annoyingly, it doesn't kill him.
How dare he live?
Onyx isn't going over there.
No, you also have an extra attack action
Okay.
since your last level.
So just do it again.
Right, you can. You could also fire at the other one. You could,
Okay.
anything that's an attack, you can do.
Alright, let's try the other one.
Okay.
Sharpshooter. So 15.
Yeah, you're good.
I wasted that spell
Alright,
slot.
18.
it's like, yeah, I wonder if this will hit.
Again!
All this while pointing at him, you're like,
Okay, roll
Yeah.
more arrow damage.
So 17. 2 plus
2 plus 15.
15. 17 for you! You guys are
All that
good.
you rolled a 2 and 1.
Okay, that one looked a lot weaker than the other one and
Yeah.
is damn near dead.
Alright, I got him started for you guys.
Onyx is just staying by your side.
Yeah, Onyx isn't going over there.
Okay. We go back to Flint and Titus, starting with Flint.
alright, can I get to them?
Your dwarf legs carry you 25 feet.
25 feet.
If only you had that dwarven ability.
Dwarven boots of,
Yeah.
Fastness.
yeah, but
Wow.
someone who's got like a
You can close.
broomstick.
You can close the
So-
gap on him, but
I will move the 25 feet and then I'll try shooting them with my bow.
There we go.
Oh, more than
Feeling
helping.
confidence.
all right. While pulling forward a bow and knocking an arrow on the move, you get closer to the gnolls.
Maybe with the blessings of Morgan, he'll be able to hit.
You did alright last time.
So that's 20.
No,
Unnatural.
Fire and hit as you, mimicking the elf above you, also fire an arrow true.
Bam.
For only 8 damage.
Only.
8 damage.
Only.
Okay, you now have 2 extremely bloodied gnolls looking like they're about to drop to their knees at any moment. You still have an extra
Yeah,
attack.
I'm gonna shoot him again because he shot me.
The closest one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that is only 15.
You knock another arrow, and seeing the arrow fly pretty sloppily from your bow, it fortunately still catches the wounded, staggering target. Roll.
6.
The D4 puts you over on that one, you think?
Yeah, I think so.
This last arrow you fire is just enough to sort of connect in the chest, in the breast area, and just see this thing fall backwards and slump down onto its knees and just
Well, it
Face
didn't have to
plant.
suffer long. Took care of it.
That is it for you. Titus, what are you doing?
Can I make it over there? To the other guy? Pretty big move.
I mean, you could double move, but that's
Then I can't do anything at all after that.
right. I mean, you can basically like get into melee with him, which would make it hard for him to
Run away.
run away.
Yeah. Can I just get next to Lynn?
Do whatever you want, man.
Trident shot?
What do you
Yeah.
want to do?
Would like to get close to someone.
Okay. You run up beside Flint.
Teamwork, and then throw my trident.
All right, drawing forth your trident with a matching gauntlet. Roll to throw that thing.
So 16.
16 total?
Yeah.
You fire and watch all 3 of the spiked tips just plunge into the chest of this thing.
Oh.
Almost, his eyes just bulge wide as you can see the life leaving him the moment your thing hits.
Alright, so I took care of that. Make deaths for
Good
everyone.
work, team. Good
Done.
work. That was fast and pretty quick.
Still warmly greeting you from down below is a clearly lit from the interior, torch lit cave entrance, man or creature made.
Alright, do I sense any specific steps?
Let's get down there and check this out.
Signs of.
Are you trying to
Yeah,
track
I'm gonna head.
for stuff?
I'm gonna head down there.
Okay.
Kind of get a sense of what's to come.
How far is it from where
I saw
that
human-
ledge to the
I saw
bottom?
humanoid prints, right? So.
Yeah.
Looks angled, you can probably slide down.
Yeah. Say we slide down.
It's
Like
probably
little
about
people.
15 feet.
Is it angled? Can we slide down it?
We're very athletic. We can make it.
Yeah. You
Is
can
past without a trace over? It's been an hour.
No, it's not over. Okay, one second.
We're blessed for another 8 rounds. So, 50 seconds.
That's probably the length of time it takes us to slide down.
Yeah, probably by the time we actually go in there.
Blessings were helpful.
So as you're tracking and looking at the path that heads down in here, you can see clear signs of like wagon like track marks.
Wagon.
Maybe we can get away.
Clearly they've been
Yeah, if a
bringing-
wagon can get in here, you know what? That chariot could have.
We wouldn't have made it. Oh, actually, you know what? If they did, then it must have been possible.
Clearly something's been coming and going that required a wagon. You also see footprints slightly larger, possibly ogre-sized. And yeah, but then beyond that, it's hard to tell, like medium-sized creatures, footprints, some of them booted, some of them like clawed
There's
feet.
a lot of activity.
Yeah.
Use my divine sense. Sense evil or good within 60 feet.
Okay. Let me refresh myself here. Divine sense. Till the end of your next turn, you know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet of you that is not behind total cover. you'd have to be sort of pretty close to the entrance.
Let's
do this.
sidle up to the side.
Stealthily.
We're still stealth.
And we're very stealthy.
Okay. Is that right? It's only 60 feet though?
Yeah, it seems so close.
Seems like I'd be able to see them.
Yeah, you
At
gotta
that
see
point.
them already.
I detect you.
I
Paladin
think you know
skills.
what it really is. It's probably more of like if you're trying to determine if
You think-
someone's like a vampire in disguise, or like if they're
Ah.
secretly something that they say they're not.
Yeah, someone you're trying to get
This
to
isn't
know.
like her thing where
Okay.
you like reach out and just sense the force of presence.
It's like
Okay.
someone you're talking to
Yeah.
already.
So we can not use that up if you want.
That's okay.
Feeling
Alright.
We'll
suspicious.
save that for when we're fighting vampires.
I like it.
I don't want to
Maybe
fight
one day.
vampires.
I don't want to fight vampires either, but I have a feeling it's gonna happen.
You
Come
don't?
on.
Why not?
Oh,
It'd be
you
so
want to fight
fun.
vampires?
No, it's okay.
Vampiric dwarf.
Maybe next Halloween.
Why not? I've got all these paladin abilities. No,
I don't want to fight them right now. Vampires are effed up.
Gotta watch out.
All right. So, what are you actually doing?
Let's sneak
So I
up
mean,
to the...
you kind of detect what you see there.
Lot going on, so
Let's sneak up to the entrance and
be chill about it.
take a peek.
Is there anything we can, the dwarves can glean with our
Stone sense.
Stone sense?
Hmm.
Does it seem to be like what are they? What are they digging for something in particular? Or is it
This appears to have been like almost possibly a dwarven started construction site, as if like they were trying to dig out a new tunnel. Like off in the distance, you could see that small mountain range. Like maybe they were looking for some sort of natural connection that they could begin excavating down here. But whatever it was clearly abandoned some time ago. The whole thing just reeks of being tainted by like goblinoids and gnolls, and everything just looks like it's in shambles here.
more like it used to have a legitimate purpose, but now it's just been
Yeah,
taken over?
potentially. I mean, even the site itself, other than the old crumbling tower, which almost feels disconnected to this altogether. Like, this place is pretty barren. Like, simple path, very crude cave entrance. And even though it does appear to be, man-made and slightly reinforced, clearly not upkept.
Question: do any of these gnolls? Can we check them and see if they have any interesting shit on them?
Let's say.
You certainly could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
What?
check. They're going.
Check them if they have
You know,
anything.
I'll check a gnoll, see if they got a.
Yeah. I'll check
Maybe if they got those interesting payment pouches, see
Check
if
a
they're on the
gnoll
same
that's
take as the other
near
guys.
where
Is,
I
there,
am
is
right
it
now,
possible to collapse this entrance and seal everything in?
What?
You don't know what's in there.
It does look possible.
What if the monks are?
Probably not quietly.
Well, if we collapse it, they're not going to be coming out to get us.
Well, I bet we might have looked at the tower.
But maybe there are good people in there. Maybe that's where Artie's
That's true. We should find out if there's good people in there first.
But if not, I do have a good rock blasting spell.
I like the way you think. Oh, that's a horrible dash.
How far do you can you be to cast that?
60 feet?
That's strong. And even if they do hear something, just think it was a caveman.
Oh, never mind. I didn't prepare it today.
Let's just say you did.
Hey, just retcon everything.
No.
We're not doing that already.
I could try and fireball it. It's still a big boom.
Wow, we could probably collapse it with our stone sense.
That's true. Are there any like picks or anything lying around? Or maybe.
I'm just gonna slowly pick at this thing.
Well, I mean, we could say, okay, right there, and just
Yeah, that beam right there is what's supporting the whole thing.
if only Corgillion hadn't ran off with our Titanstone or Orc mates.
Wait, is it held up by wood?
Yeah.
Oh, so you have your axe.
Yeah.
It's finally useful.
No, it's only
That's our exit plan. First, we want to
Yeah,
check
yeah,
inside.
we need
it's
to-
only
that's
really
what we're
for living.
I mean, it's an axe. It's wood. It'll work.
Yeah.
Alright, so the four of them, one guy, the one who kind of had like these very stout, gimp-looking legs, who was sort of one of the ones hiding over there, had little to nothing on him other than a small pouch with only 2 gems. Very similar to the ones you found before.
So, like, he got paid, but then
This is
spent.
probably where they're mining them.
The other 3 also had pouches, this time with about 6 gems each. But more notably to the elven tracker, one of them had a patch of recently flayed elven skin.
Oh, gross.
Another one had 3 different elvish ears.
No, I don't feel bad about murdering them at all.
And another one has a really damp at the bottom goo
Ugh.
sack with like almost this gelatinous fluid in there, and it smells rancid. You can't quite make out what it is inside.
Don't open it.
But there is something like lumpy and heavy
Something
in
else
that
look. I'm not
fluid.
I'll look into it.
Let me look.
I've seen my share of bad things.
It's kind of like this clear turned pink, almost crimson fluid, and floating around in there are several eyeballs.
No!
Gross.
You're gonna murder everyone.
That's gross.
Yeah.
That's bad. That's no good.
Well,
I don't tell them what I saw in there. I just say it's not good,
No.
and we should murder every bad guy in this hole.
we know who attacked those elves we saw.
Gonna die.
Are they, so these things are fiends?
No, these ones were regular gnolls, which are not unlike in a way I guess you could say goblins, but just like creatures. While kind of terrible, but very hyena-like creatures.
They're just down there.
They're like evil hyenas.
They're not
Yeah.
like the demonic ones. like
Humanoid.
fiends.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
If
evil.
they were
A fiend,
demonic-
a fiend is something that is much more perverse,
Yeah,
and not
yeah. They'd be
Natural.
fiends if they liked feet
even though gnolls are.
or other perversities.
All right.
They were really into furries.
You've examined the corpses. There's a clear dog-like smell wafting out from this cave, and along with that, the smells of burning torches.
Let's go take a look, see. Sneakily.
Okay. Who's going where?
I'll head in.
Yeah.
Well, let's take a peek.
We're
before
gonna
we
we're
go
gonna
in.
we're gonna
Towards the-
stay within 30 feet of Sitha.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good spot. I'll look in there.
I don't mind being towards the front.
I don't mind being towards the back.
As the most armored
I have my bow
of
and
this.
arrow ready just in case. But
Now that I've helped the panther, I'm the least armored of the
I'm
group.
down with heading in there towards the side wall.
Okay.
Let's go into the face's eye.
If anyone nearby, I'll be alert.
That's pretty.
Oh man, if only Aaron was here. This cave seems like such a place where he would use his hammer.
Yeah, but you miss.
Just like old times.
Alright. You kind of peek in, and you immediately sense the presence of numerous creatures in here. You smell similar odor to that of the gnolls that you just killed, and that lingering sort of residue of fiendish qualities that you detected before feels to have some sort of presence here as well.
This is the place to go in.
Alright,
What are you doing?
we're gonna step.
We're gonna go in.
Dun,
Alright, we're all going in then.
Scooby-Doo walk, everyone.
dun. Creepy name.
No, it just looks like we're doing it. Okay.
Onyx still by your side?
Yep. Looks down.
Go prisoners.
Armor.
I guess not.
Not after what I saw in that bag.
Very good claw. Any eyeballs? Eyeballs or eyeballs?
I mean, if we confirm that, then we can just come back out here and
What's that?
cave the entrance and just leave whatever the hell's in here stuck.
Yeah, let's
What's the
take a little
monster in here?
a better look.
Party's concerned.
Make sure there's no
weapons.
people.
Some things?
Is there anything good in that weapon rack?
Not really. Like really dilapidated, poorly kept.
Ah,
Rusty speakers.
People don't even take care of their weapons.
Do we recognize that symbol? on
I
that
need
banner?
everyone to make another stealth check. If you're
Wait,
still
wait.
trying to sneak.
Can we add a blessing to that? Oh, no
Uh,
blessing.
Natural 20.
Yeah. 32.
Oh, I got a 4.
Plus 10 from Pass Without Trace.
And so I have 16.
Oh, wait.
total.
Oh yeah, plus my regular
We just
stealth,
got in
right?
here, so. Oh no, never mind. It's all right.
So 14 plus 7.
I was gonna say we're still
21.
blessed, but it's not an attacker saving. So.
21. You don't add the blessing then.
No, you don't get blessing for skill checks.
21.
Did anyone roll a 1?
29.
Nope.
Okay.
You did.
32.
You're so quiet.
32.
You're fairly quiet. You can hear a small pack, maybe 3 to 4 of them, just up this next set of ramping stairs and boards. Sounds like they're just sort of hanging out.
Alright, let's take these guys out quickly, guys.
But we could also just. I guess we don't know what's really. We could just cave it in, but we just don't know what's.
If there's any innocents in here, though, we can't risk it.
They killed a bunch of elves.
Okay.
And we should really just make sure we kill all of them.
Let the slaughter begin.
We haven't killed in a while, so. Other than earlier.
And what I saw in that sack,
No.
Let's keep moving.
I'll
These
never
guys have it
forget the
coming.
horse. I must murder them.
Okay.
Wait, I found the sack with 2.
You did, yeah.
At least I'm cold.
Interesting time to be thinking such thoughts.
yeah, we
That's
know.
the creepy, smelly
that's not me,
air.
that's out of.
As she's also a cleric, right? Oh man, I got the least amount of gold. Yet.
We share the gold.
Meanwhile, the pirate dwarf is there like, we can't collapse this if there's innocents in this cave.
Leave me
I
alone.
mean, I agree, but I have a bad feeling that
Okay.
they're not the prisoner taking thing. That seems more like the giants keep them in a pantry. That's not really prisoner. They just like to keep them like livestock. But
All right, let's go.
Okay.
Leave me alone.
Alright, you get to about here, like, pressed up against this sort of outcropping of the wall, where you can easily sense 3 gnolls up above.
Let's see if we can lean against the wall and shoot one.
Oh,
You think that's a bad idea?
no.
I didn't ask you, you're the DM.
Oh no, we're always pro you shooting things.
It's pretty. It seems like a great way to start things. Out.
Okay.
Well, depending. I'd like to see the layout.
Well, I'm looking up before I shoot. But
We're all clustered right behind her.
yeah.
Just like Scooby Doo.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, something like that.
did we get here quick enough that we still got a few rounds of bless left, or is it?
Nah, you guys are creeping slow as fuck.
Oh, shit.
Alright, where are you going? Like
In
right
that
up
little
against
corner
the-
area.
yeah.
Like basically like pressed up against the side
Yeah.
there?
And shoot that guy that's
look
really
at-
close.
Cast iron pot.
I guess.
Okay. Well, if
What?
you want to be pressed against this wall, like so, the easiest shot
Is the
is
guy far
this
away?
guy. Otherwise, you'd have to like really come around the corner.
Yeah, that's
to be
true.
able to
Okay, I'll go
hit
for
that.
far away guy. That's fine. It's not that far.
Okay. With an arrow drawn and knocked, you kind of quietly press up against that piece of wall there.
Alright, I'll try to
Dead.
sharpshoot him.
Yeah.
I rolled a 13 plus
5.
5.
18.
And this shiny coated dog-like beast lets out a scream as one of your arrows just punches right into his stomach.
I rolled a 4.
Shiny.
4. He's got a
Oh
sheen.
yeah, 19.
Plus 15.
Coat of
19
fur.
damage,
He's
jeez.
got a 19 damage.
19 damage.
Jesus.
He explodes.
Not entirely.
I know.
But the arrow just punches clean through his guts, and there's just blood spilling out. You can kind of hear a commotion just start to echo through the cave as his scream reverberates through the tunnels.
Alright. And then I get another one.
Okay.
And then,
Well, stealth's gone.
well, yeah, stealth is
It's
gone.
never been us trucks.
Maybe I can go a little bit out around the corner and shoot the close one.
Yeah, you can still move.
Yeah, so move just a little bit.
She's got
I
her
don't want to
elven
be in
range.
his face.
Why are we here?
I don't know.
We just need Seaflood. Shoes are.
Oh, why are you there?
Yeah, you're not
I mean,
even.
maybe we need to distract the other ones also.
Okay, yeah, that's what we're here for.
Technically, he's got healing now, and I've got more armor.
Plus 5, so 18.
Another bow. Fires true.
And 17 damage.
Dang.
And that was at this other one? So you just
Yeah.
you're
I did
leaving
that
that one
one.
alive.
Yep, and then I got that one.
Okay. This one's really fucking hairy.
Harry?
Yeah,
More
just
hairy.
like just so hairy you can barely see his eyes behind the thick coat. You said 19 points of damage?
17.
Oh. That's all. This one isn't nearly as injured, but they kind of scream and shriek in surprise as this elf, just almost like some ghostly apparition here to seek revenge on
Yeah.
presumably the ones they just murdered and filleted and cut apart.
The elves, you did it!
Are we all just surprise rounding right now, or do
Yeah, pretty much.
And then-
Ooh, cool.
Alright.
And then Onyx is gonna run up.
Oh,
And run up and try to claw the third one.
Okay.
In the
wow.
middle. How far is that though? Is that too far?
No, I mean like you were sneaking in when you were doing this, so you kind of being you get like tracker bonus right here. Being the leader of the pack, you can kind of start the things off however you want.
Onyx is
Maybe have him finish off the one so we have less to deal with.
well, I thought if it got everyone really wore down, you would just take care of them real quick.
This is true. We could do that.
Yeah, they're all gonna die.
No?
I'm,
So, Onyx is.
I mean,
gonna
in a larger
claw
battle, it does
attack.
make sense to focus on it, but in this,
Rolled a 14.
I have a feeling none of these guys are going to survive the first round.
And Onyx
Poor guys.
gets. Counts action, complete. Bite is d20 plus 7. So 21. And then it does a d6 plus 5 for piercing. So 11. Is that damage? Just for piercing.
D6 you'll be piercing it.
10. So pierced that guy. 11.
The healthiest one?
yeah.
Yep, and he'll finish.
Okay.
11. So it's 11 damage.
All right. Yep.
And then does he get another thing?
Well, so what you could do there, and you can change if you want.
Bites for
to make
free.
yeah, if you do, since he's charging in, you can do a pounce attack.
Yeah.
So let's just say that was the claw, because the pounce attack basically you make a claw
Oh,
attack.
sorry, that's d4 plus 5.
That's fine.
So 9. 9 slashing.
Alright. And Onyx just fucking burrows into this guy. He basically has to make a strength saving throw to not get knocked over by
So
it.
what's that, a 20?
Well, he has to roll it. He has to
we
beat a
need
14,
Okay.
and does not. And is knocked prone.
Now I guess
And now you get the bite for free.
Wow.
I mean,
Free
when you
bite.
get to make another attack.
Free bite. 19. That's,
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
And
that is a magic die.
Wow.
Everything's coming up.
technically, you get to roll one more time because you have advantage, I think, with him being prone.
Just in case it's a 20.
Just in case.
Yeah. Okay. So roll damage on the
So
bite.
that's a 6. So 6, 11, 6 plus 5, 11. 11 damage.
Okay.
Oh, we had a
Powerful.
great nap. We were ready for
Alright,
them.
3 bloodied gnolls stand in the room after Onyx and Sifra make their entrance known.
Sacred
I
flame.
think you're right. What is there for us to
What
do?
do we
Woo!
What
Hey,
do we do?
so you guys just give him a poke.
I'll sacred flame the phone.
I
the
couldn't
phone
do
one.
that, definitely.
You do all of this, and as you do so,
Oh.
notice several other gnolls and like a large fat silhouette behind it. And immediately there's this presence washing over you that has that same fiendish sensation that you detected earlier.
Ugh, creeps.
And in the back, in front of these ogre-like shapes, you see these sort of ragged, hooded figures that resonate with you, similar to the hooded figures you saw in your nightmares.
Creepy as hell. Oh.
Everyone roll initiative.
Total?
Total 16.
Total 13.
17.
I got a total of 6. Terrible.
The caboose of Torm.
We don't get to continue with the stealth stuff?
No.
No, that's
What-
kind of ruined.
Yeah, they noticed us. Because I shot him.
Yeah.
Jig's up.
Worth it.
Jig is up.
This is pretty worth it.
I can take all these guys out with a fireball.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Onyx is right there.
Oh yeah, poor
Oh no! Onyx can...
I'm kidding. I don't have a fireball.
Okay.
Fireball.
He was
on
back
that.
all smoking, looking angry at me.
Flint.
All right. I'm gonna go around the corner and finish off that close one.
Okay. You have quite a ways to travel. I'm afraid.
Well, I was assuming we were right behind her.
He did say we were all
Oh,
standing
okay.
down.
All
Yeah,
right. I'll
yeah,
give-
we were together.
All right.
Scooby Style.
Okay.
I
Okay.
just thought you weren't. I don't know. Didn't get to it
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah. There's a lot to keep track of.
Let's Scooby do this. Or if it has-
Okay. All right. You move in around Cephala and engage with this the orange one there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, you guys got this?
Natural 20.
What? Hell yeah, I inspired you, didn't
Amazing.
Not that I need it on this guy. He's half dead.
I?
Okay.
Can you kill them all at once?
So what's that? Or
roll the
Well,
damage dice
roll
twice.
roll your damage. Whatever dice you use for damage, you get to roll all of them twice. So if it's a D8, 2D8, and then just the same plus part.
9 plus 7, 16.
16. Okay. Yeah. Go on and describe your execution of this
Well,
thing as you
I-
completely finish him off.
Put him out of his misery. Just clean thrust to the jugular.
Freaking easy.
This is the Harrier knoll I described,
Yeah.
and it's just sopping up all of the dark crimson blood gushing out.
Do I still have enough movement to get to the other one?
Sure, you kind of just step over the body as you cleave through it. Next to
And
Onyx.
just finish him off too.
Okay.
That's only 13.
To hit.
Yeah.
You swing and miss as it's really hard to hit as Onyx and this thing are just tumbling and fighting and biting at each other.
All right.
Okay. There's this loud, booming voice from the back. Okay, so like, should we just eat them?
Hey!
And you can tell he's not really talking about you.
No.
Oh.
Cephala, you already opened it up for us. I'm gonna jump over to you. You, Flint, getting a little bit closer, can kind of hear this like whispering voice. This is more sacrifices for Enogu. And it's this strange bestial voice speaking in common. And it sounds like he's whispering to you.
In my head.
Yeah. Well, it's out loud.
Okay.
It's out loud. But it does. It's kind of got this creepish quality to it that it almost feels like it's just
Yeah, I hate the
crawling
ones
up
that
your
pop in
neck.
your head.
Biting back at Onyx is this
Did Flint
this
get a second
this-
attack on that
I
guy?
did, but
No.
I didn't hit him.
Oh. What's the advantage, right?
who gets
Yeah.
a mouthful of old rusted our iron armor that is now covering Onyx's
I
flanks.
cleaned it up. It's nice.
Nice.
Right, well, whatever.
Roasted.
Sam.
I guess I'll head up and I will Sacred Flame the prone one.
Wildcat?
Throwing the sacred flame on.
So moving up alongside Cephala.
Yes.
Okay. And Sacred Flame.
There's a dex save. Hopefully he's...
So you easily cast your flames upon the prone knoll just past Flint and Onyx.
That's a fail.
Yeah, he does not see it.
Okay. It is 13, not 15 for this one.
Yep, definitely didn't see it.
Is that all film?
6.
Yeah.
6 damage.
Yeah.
I just,
I do not roll well with D8s.
The burning, inner burning, travels along the fur, and it's enough to just completely send this thing into an unconscious state. Are you holding there?
We'll duck back in the cover.
Okay.
he would have been fine.
Better safe than sorry.
Charging angrily at the elf who's just been firing arrows of death and destruction. This gnoll,
Was I always? I'm at the bottom of the stairs.
yeah.
Oh.
This gnoll successfully stabs forward into you with its spear.
What? Me?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Wielding it strongly with 2 hands, you take 7 points of damage.
Shit, I want to pull my sword out.
And it's just snarling and spitting and chomping its
You could probably just.
I should have hit that one.
fanged
on the
mouth
head,
at you.
Just do a Legolas, just pull out an arrow.
Yeah.
Pretty badass.
You can see another gnoll step forward, and they're kind of like guarding this this little bridge that seems to go over
Do
a
I see
small
them?
chasm.
It's a door made out of knolls.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
They're clearly trying to guard and block your entry. And then you all kind of like feel like the rumble and shaking, like small pebbles falling, little bits of dust. You kind of see it in the back here as a large ogre. You can only kind of see the silhouette. Appears to be stepping in front of this like large wall of something. You can't really tell what through past the obscured view.
I might advise
This
everyone
guy
not get
is-
within around the 20-foot radius of whatever
Titus.
the hell that is.
I would like to take my sword. So feet? These ones are not fiends, are they? They're just animals.
They just look like gnolls to you.
Okay, then I'll take out my sword and.
They
run
look
up
like
and hit the one.
sword targets to him.
Yeah. The one
Okay.
that's targeting.
All right.
Oh man, what it takes.
You run at it, slashing with your
With 12.
12 to hit is not enough. As he basically just rips the spear out and uses the the pole part of it to basically stop your blow. I mean, you dig into the wood a little bit, but it's not enough to snap the weapon or anything.
And I will try again.
All right, pulling your blade back, you hack again.
Bitch. 14.
This time you slash at nothing but air as it dodges and rolls back away from you, using it to kind of break the engagement.
Awful.
Okay, we go back to Flint.
Alright. Seeing how the paladin can do it, I'm gonna go kill that guy.
Okay.
That's a natural 1.
Oh.
All the good rolls of leading
So
us.
you go to step away from the freshly killed gnolls, and you realize that one of them, coughing up blood, has returned to consciousness and just grips onto your ankle with all the strength he has left, completely tripping you up
Yeah.
and forcing you to fall prone down in the middle of the
Yeah,
pathway
that-
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with that he coughs some more blood up, and once more it just goes out.
That guy's a hero.
I kick him.
No, you don't. Well, you kind of like
Is he
flip.
done, or can he get up and make a
No,
save?
no, he's done.
That's not-
That's the end of that.
Oh boy.
You're done on 1s.
Oh my god.
And when I bless you, you all roll like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stepping forward, holding a large rock in
Ooh.
hand, is an ogre. A
Ogre.
very,
At least if he throws it, that's
very,
disadvantage on
very fat, looking like he just ate sized ogre. He almost seems bloated. And holding this large rock in hand, he hurls it towards the prone dwarf.
that.
No.
Disadvantage.
Mm,
Why?
It's a ranged attack.
Because I'm prone.
He's a smaller target.
it's true, yeah, on range attacks it is.
Oh wow.
And slamming and smashing on the wall and dropping and clanging on the big black kettle pot, is just this smashing stone that just breaks and rains down into a bunch of smaller pieces, completely missing you.
Awesome.
Tikla.
I'd like to use my oath bow
Okay.
and go shoot for that big old baddie.
Okay.
No, you're not going to finish the one that's right there?
Well,
We can do it. We
can you?
Yeah.
We can do it. I mean, we both.
That
will,
being
but
said,
we
like,
will
You
do
can hit
it.
him and then Onyx can take the last one out of this.
There you go. See?
Yeah, that's the plan. Okay, so
I'm
I
barking at
say,
strangers.
what do I say? Swift death in Elvish. To my
Okay.
enemies, swift death to those who have wronged me and my people. And, so then,
Okay, clearly qualified.
yeah, I have advantage, no benefit from cover, no disadvantage to long range, 3d6 bonus damage.
Dang. Plus, if she does the
I like to
Plus-
call it the fuck
plus
this person
10.
in particular.
Yeah. Plus 10 to hit,
Oh.
1d8 plus 5 to
God,
space.
so then if you combine that with the suit.
You can. Are you combining that with your sharpshooter?
She did
Yeah.
that against the Giants and did
She can't miss
47
with
damage
that.
in
You
one
can
hit.
combine them?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, everything.
47.
Everything.
All the
I
things.
mean, look how big he is. I don't
Haven't
want. We
ever
gotta
done
take care of this now.
This
And
could be like
Yep,
50 or
smart.
60 damage right off. Like
Is that
Okay.
I might not even need-
With all of the rage just swelling up inside of you at the sight of the
I saw
filleted
those-
flesh of your kin,
I saw those eyeballs.
the dead and dying elves along the roadside who easily could have been your kin when you were back in the forest before it all went to shit.
Yeah, I'm not
You
down with this.
just channel all of that through your oath bow and spit just this dark, vengeful wrath towards this ogre.
So I have advantage, so I get 2 rolls.
You do.
Let's see. First we rolled a 19.
Sure.
When?
Might as well check and see if it's
Just in
critical.
case.
We can check this
13.
dice.
So.
where'd you buy this?
It's the same ones I've been using.
Okay.
so
So the
that's-
first attack.
Is a 19
Mm-hmm.
plus.
20, that's 24.
So
what's the
plus
Minimum of like 25 damage.
plus 15, or so plus a D8 and 3d6 plus 15.
That's why I have these 3 6.
So just roll the dice for
So 8,
He's
Eight-
already mourning
an
his
8 and
ogre.
3 6s, right?
Yeah.
Plus 15.
That's how we get
So
going now.
insane.
We just-
Okay, so plus 8.
11, 18
Plus
plus
18,
15 is 33.
33.
Well,
So with the most vicious of all arrows, you do 33 points of damage to the
Do I
large
get another 5?
ogre. Wait, what?
Do I get another 5?
No, that was what the 15 was from.
Okay, because this is for the oath bow.
You getting plus damage for
Do
the
I
oath
add
bow?
that to the.
No, that's your normal. Oh wait, no, that was your D8.
This is base 2.
Yeah, yeah. If you were doing none of your special shit,
Yeah.
you would just roll D8 plus 5 for regular oath bow damage.
Okay. Alright, just checking. 33 damage.
33 damage as your arrow just punches into his fat
Shoot this
gut.
motherfucker!
And like,
No, it's worth a
almost
fireball
takes
anymore.
a step back.
It is not.
I don't know.
In complete shock at how much pain he's suffering right now.
Shoot him
You
again.
have another attack.
Shoot him again.
Why
That was a
not?
great start.
It
It's more
was.
with feeling.
And like in almost slow motion, you hear the bow draw back again.
Oh!
Advantage.
Thank
Oh,
God I
yeah.
have advantage. I rolled a 1.
Almost losing her grip on the arrow.
Just
I got
don't, just
2.
don't do that
She
twice.
tightens her fingers around it once more and rolls
19.
another 19. What the fuck?
So.
It's just-
Alright.
Wow.
I was just getting
She
a little.
hasn't rolled like an 8 or a 7
getting
or
a
anything. It's
little
always
work-
19s and
I was
1s.
getting a little worked up
Okay,
there.
yeah. You bite your bottom lip as you regain your composure.
really good
fire
one.
that second shot.
7 and 8, so 15.
So 30 more damage.
30 more damage, motherfucker!
And with that, and 2 arrows
No
sticking out of the
way.
thing, it stands in front of you, almost just
63
completely gushing blood from these 2 puncture wounds in its gut.
It's not
Didn't
worth the
even
fireball,
see me.
right?
Not dead, but roaring and enraged stands this ogre.
63
Um,
damage.
Onyx gonna take
And as
Yeah,
both you and Flint step aside, you kind of get a more clear view here.
Onyx is
And
gonna
to
go.
the back of the cave, And you can see a clear back to the cave at this point.
That's
Kind
good.
of caved in from behind where these guys are. But
Oh shit!
not displayed on the map.
Oh no.
But lining along the wall, if you will.
Maybe you should fire.
Maybe
Yeah, you
fi-
should
yeah,
definitely-
but, kill it with fire.
Well, can you have Onyx clear that
Well,
path is still a little nully right
yeah,
now.
yeah. Onyx is gonna get that null.
So imagine, if you will, that there was stacked up like livestock crates. About 8 crates in total, 4 on the bottom and then 4 on top.
Livestock.
Numerous prisoners, some potentially alive, stand along the back wall behind these creatures.
Off to one side?
And the two, yeah, off, like basically lining this wall.
Just make sure you aim it properly.
Yeah.
Level 5.
Onyx is gonna. No, Onyx is
Yeah. So
Wall
just
gonna. Yeah.
taking,
Whoops.
The
Take-
wall is coming forward.
taking in everything you see. Stand 2 more regular looking gnolls at the base of this sort of walk bridge.
Yeah.
2 large ogres, one of them bleeding profusely, and then 2 raggedly hooded, concealed, more sinister looking gnolls stand behind them, like as if they were inspecting some of the crates that they had there.
Yeah. Onyx is gonna go for the null that's right
Okay.
next to him.
Channeling your rage at the gnoll that stabbed you with the spear, Onyx just lunges in on it. Are you making a clawed or bite attack?
Well, I get a free bite.
No, you
Oh,
can
my
only
arm?
do that if he's got enough room to basically like run,
Oh,
charge,
sorry,
leap,
the
and
pounce.
pounce.
Okay, so just do forget which one's first.
The bite is much stronger.
Yeah, going
in
for a
terms of-
bite.
Yeah, okay.
Chomp.
All right.
Come on it. 4.
4
11.
to hit.
11.
No.
Oh!
Onyx
we
goes
can't
to
kill this guy.
Onyx goes to bite the guy and doesn't connect.
Onyx, no!
He doesn't even get any bonuses that all of us are surrounding this.
I don't think they're. I mean, flanking. I'm not
No,
sure
I don't think
if
there's flanking in
Alright. Onyx bounces back a couple steps.
3 of us have failed these bonuses.
You know, I think so.
So lucky.
Whatever. No.
Alright.
So, Onyx misses.
That's like my only low roll ever.
You can kind of, Seathla, you can kind of spot moving behind the ogres. Like one of these guys kind of moves in to like the center of like the line of crates, pen crates.
Yeah.
And he looks like he's kind of sort of doing something with it.
I can't go after anyone else until that guy's dead. Or I get a
And a
penalty.
long
I get
rest.
a penalty.
You get a penalty, yeah.
Yeah, disadvantage.
Sam.
That's another weapon.
Alright, well I'm gonna kind of weave around, avoiding the one still living gnoll and get into eyesight
Okay.
of this other batch. So I guess I'll be getting like moving around and getting right around next to Flint, so I can see into that room more clearly.
So just over the dead body there.
Yeah, I can't really see what's on screen.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
And trying to angle a fireball so that it doesn't hit any of the prisoner crates.
Ooh, okay. So, fireball radius.
20. So I'll probably pretty much be putting it in almost entirely against the.
20-foot radius?
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
That's a ginormous radius.
that's better.
What? That's 20 feet?
Whoa!
Hey, it's actually right.
Oh no! That's
So,
great.
There's not a chance in fucking hell, man.
What do you mean? Where are the crates at?
I mean, they're all along this wall right here.
Oh,
So
that
can I
wall.
just move it all the way to the other wall
So, like,
so that that wall's not?
I mean, you're playing with fire
yeah.
here. Like, an enormous blast like that in a closed cavern, Sam is smart enough to know that there is a very, very large risk of a lot of unintended side effects. That's all I'll say.
shit, this is gonna be a cave in.
What else do you
Do you have anything else?
Especially being a fucking dwarf.
Yeah,
that's
your
true.
stone sense tells you this is a bad idea.
Hold on.
Just being adjacent to a blast like that in a confined room.
You're gonna go deaf.
Cowards.
God damn it.
But you could.
Maybe magic missile though.
How fucked up? Oh, she's got that one.
Can we maybe lure them over to that? No, they got the business.
This drastically changed my plans.
Oh, shit.
You can delay.
Yeah, I guess I'll move back and delay.
San, with fire on her mind, seeing the prisoners as she turns the corner, becomes flustered and unsure of
And
her
I'll
actions.
just actually no, fuck, hold on. I'll just magic missile the one remaining knoll down here and duck in the cover.
Okay, magic missile
Why
spell.
don't you just
Yeah.
fairy fire or whatever,
I don't have fairy fire.
or whatever your cantrip is.
Sacred flame, because if that misses.
Magic
that's
missile,
nothing.
go!
Ah, where's the D4? There, there's one. 2. So 2, 3 times 3, 9.
9.
9.
What?
And that was the closest guy?
What's that?
The closest guy?
The one that's next to everyone, all of us.
The one that.
Oh, the one that wouldn't die.
The one that wouldn't die.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, he's dead
You
now.
can't fucking dodge that shit.
You cannot dodge that shit, indeed. I'm just gonna clear ones that are like dead.
And then, just duck back into,
Okay.
I guess, against the left wall.
Alright. Taking just enough cover, you see one of the knolls of the bridge start to move forward and then go after the prone dwarf.
No. Okay, we're basically.
Stabbing expertly with his spear at your easy target, tactic advantage. He does 10 points of poking stab damage right in the bum.
Oh man, I'm down to 40 now.
Still strong.
I mean, I couldn't very well start my first day as a cleric by immolating a bunch of innocents. I would just
Nope.
Yeah, okay, that's not a good.
slide this forward.
Almost seemingly perfectly hairless, this large ogre comes storming across the bridge, moving a surprising amount of distance for someone so large. He comes in
Oh my
What
god!
the fuck?
brandishing a very, very large great club, tries to smash the panther. Onyx dodges backwards, ducking behind the large cooking pot.
Higher armor class.
More prisoners for God.
Good.
Titus, what are you doing?
That's the giant chief.
Dudes. Yeah, I want Searing Smite. On this big
Oh, he
giant
knows this might.
stupid ogre.
Okay. Searing Smite. So the next time you hit a creature with a melee weapon attack, for up to a minute, you basically send these white, hot, intense flames through the blade, dealing 1d6 extra fire damage, and causing them to ignite in flames. At the start of each of their turns, until this minute is over, they must make a Constitution saving throw, and if they fail, continue to take more burning holy damage.
Love it.
Alright, now with Onyx dodging out of the way and having a clear path directly at this thing, you go charging in with your glowing sword out. The white hot flames just dancing upon it and rippling through the air as you charge towards it.
I rolled a 21 total.
And you just stab and plunge into this fucking thing.
It's stabby.
And as your blade punches through the fat layers of flesh, the white hot flames just fucking run across the blade. Let's see, it's got a lot of constitution. And the DC they have to beat for you is...
This one's wisdom or
13. And surprisingly, like, you just see your flames unexpectedly extinguish inside the gut of this thing.
Oh.
So I still get the extra 5.
It has resisted. Correct. So roll your normal damage plus 1d6 fire for the initial burn.
17.
17 total.
That's the downside of Sacred Flame with their resistance. Nothing.
At least I hit him with a sword.
Yeah.
Alright, you still have an extra attack.
Oh yeah, go again. Wait, so how long does that stays? My sword is still on fire.
Until you
right?
attack.
Oh.
No, until you attack, yeah. And so basically, so at the start of every turn, I think the wound is still, like, basically afflicted with this. Because it says, if you hit at the start of every turn, until the spell ends, they have to make that Constitution save every time it's their turn again.
Very good.
Which one was this one?
The Searing Smite.
Nice.
Then I will smack him again with my sword.
Okay.
Cha 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 cha.
That's 17 total.
17 to hit total, and you hit again, slashing at this thing.
So that's 12 damage.
12 more damage.
No, sorry, 10.
10 more damage. Okay. You have locked yourself into fierce combat with this thing.
I have to go through
No. Okay. Well, fuck it. Let's just hold right here. One of the hooded gnolls sort of steps aside the wounded ogre, and reaching behind him with a long, sharp blade, you can see him just point it to the cage and punch it in there. And there's a scream as he rips the blade out, dripping in blood. He, in this sort of dark way, runs his hand over the blood and then over the ogre, healing it for a significant amount of health.
Can I see this?
What?
Huh?
the-
Can I see this?
No, you do not.
How much health?
You've ducked behind the cover of this wall.
Well, that's still
Damage
kind
is on
of
the
angry.
Are you watching? I mean, you could be
Yeah.
behind like 3/4 cover
Yeah.
and like. Okay.
Counterspell.
Oh ho!
Oh,
Why couldn't you counter stab?
Counter spell. You gonna attempt it? Reaching across
Less than 60 away from you.
60 feet. Ooh.
Wow, 60 feet.
You gotta stop hiding. You gotta get it.
Well, those are only 5.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're kidding.
Okay, yeah, no, you're fine. Alright.
That's if he's casting a spell. If it looks like he's casting a spell, that would be good.
Okay. You can definitely identify like a necromantic component to what he's doing, but you understand that this is not like a normal spell cast. This is some
It's more
sort
of
of
an
like
innate ability.
strange demonic ritual.
Alright, never mind then.
But it does. I mean, it's intriguing what he's doing here. Like, and it kind of resonates with what you saw happening in that strange nightmarish vision that you all shared. But we'll return next time into the ogre den.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Dun, dun, dun.